Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am Becca, and today I am starting a new bullet journal setup. I have reached the last pages of my bullet journal, and it's time to set up a new one, especially for the rest of the last 4 months of the year. So this is me setting up to start doing the cover. I didn't really know what to do for this cover, and then I was just like, I'm in the mood to just wing it and glue things. So I decided to mini collage it in a way. Just cut out some pretty craft paper and just have a little fun doing something that I have been doing for a while, and I actually really enjoyed it. So here I decided to just draw 2024, and I just took my time. I did do the O twice because for some reason I thought it was 2020. I don't know. But then I was like, why did I draw 2 zeros? And I just went and I did the 4 at the bottom. Though I should have chosen the 0 from the top, the first one I did, but it's okay. In the end, it still looked pretty, and I had a fun time doing this cover. On the side, if you guys could see, I also added my words. It was supposed to be words of the last quarter, but everyone does the quarter differently, and so I wouldn't get confused. I just decided to add words of the last 4 months, and that's normally where I'm going to decide the new words I'm going to put that I'm planning for the last 4 months, because I actually decided to do that this year, and a lot of things had happened because of the decision of those exact words. So I have decided to make a new one, but I don't know if I'm going to keep the exact words or if I will change them, but I will decide that later on. Now I'm getting things set up to stick my 2024 on the cover. It was a very simple cover. I didn't really want to draw so much because I needed to get this done, because or else either I would do it and not record it, or I would do it or I'll probably just not do it and I would get stressed. But since I have been faithful to my bullet journal for the entire year, I have done every year since I have started, so I'm actually pretty excited about that, and continuing with this one is going to be fun. But I do not think I am going to continue 2025 in this journal. I do intend on buying a new one, possibly around November, to start my 2025 setup, because I don't want to add 2025 and 2024 in the same journal, for the fact that I actually intend on adding a couple of more spreads than I added here in the setup, especially because I have some extra things I want to do, and I'm going to be adding everything I added to this setup to my new bullet journal for next year. And for my actual spreads for the month, I have changed them a bit, because some of the things that I had in this one I saw that I was not using, so I just thought about it and I decided to do it the old way. The only thing that I will keep, but I did not add to this one, was my year in a pixel, because I have actually enjoyed that, because I get to see when I actually have good and bad days. And it's good to know that sometimes you think you have like a horrible month, but then you look back and you see that you actually had a really good month and it was just a bad day that you're dwelling on. So that kind of helps change up the things. Now we're gonna do my grid sheet, which I really love because this helps me figure out how many blocks, how many of my little grids that I have to skip to do my little squares so they can go in perfectly. I don't know where I got this from, just so you guys know, because I did this when I first started journaling, which was in 2020. And I just went on Pinterest, and that's technically how I started journaling. I just went on Pinterest and I wanted to do something fun that would help me be consistent and help me do the things I wanted to do and get them done, because I didn't want to waste money buying a planner that I knew I wasn't going to use. Though my 2023 planner, I actually did use it. But I think I mostly use it because I didn't want to feel bad because of the money that I spent buying that planner. I will be honest about that one. But I still used it and it was good, it was fun, but I thought that there were a lot of things lacking. And I decided that this year I was going to bullet journal, and I have been doing it consistently. And I think this is way better. To be honest, I think the money that I spent on my planner last year, I could have actually spent that money buying some pretty good, thick bullet journals with thicker paper where my markers do not bleed to the other side. Well, 2025 is here. Well, in a few months. We'll see what happens. Now I'm just setting up my keys. These are some of the things that I do use for my keys. I don't go overboard anymore. Like when I started, I had like a whole color system, which I never used. So I think throughout the years, it has just become smaller and smaller and smaller until the things that I actually use start showing up. And I love that. I did decide to use my Faber-Castell fine liner. It is in this cute little maroon. I really like the color maroon. So I'm just letting you guys know that. It's like this reddish maroony color. And I use that for the sparkles in the page because I really did not want to overdo too much everywhere. I just wanted it to be simple to show that this is what you need to do. These are the marks that you're going to use. And if I have to add something new, I still have a bit of space to do that. I just colored over the orange that I used, like the lighter orange that I used, because I really didn't like it that much. Though I should have colored in the grid black, but I can always do that later. And then I just used my Evoke white gel pen to make some bubbles and show that it was supposed to be bubbles. I decided to add an index page. Does my bullet journal have numbers? No. Do I care? No. I added numbers to it. I didn't do a lot on this page because I'm just there to write the indexes for what I'm actually going to be using. So I hope that I have calculated the exact amount of pages that I will be using for this setup and for the months ahead, because if I did everything right, I'm gonna be a very happy girl. If I didn't, I'll probably be a bit stressed. On my Let's Make It Happen, I decided to add Let's Make It Happen because I didn't really want to write goals. I mean, did I hit my, well, not all of them, but most of my goals for this year? Yes, and one of them was my reading goals. I wanted to read 12 books. I have read 18 and still counting. So I am getting back my habit of reading, and I just wanted to have this page set up because I wanted to make more little goals for the last 4, I'm going to say 4 quarters of the month, and that is it. So now we're on my future log. My future log does go up until February because I do want to know upcoming birthdays, events, and other things that I might have scheduled. I do not use my future log for, let's say, planning. I have a content planner for that, but what I do decide to do with my future log is mostly, if I do have something to put in, this is normally what I'm doing, I will mark it down just on my spread in the month view, but I actually decided to take that out, and now my future log is mostly just for events and birthdays or something really important and special that I'm going to be using, and I separated into an actual content spread that will be coming up soon. So I'm just separating the months and adding my calendar on the side. I did decide to write these calendar down. I know I have been making a little calendar stickers for myself, but I like the feel of writing them down sometimes. And for the setup, I decided to take my time and write them down. I find it interesting that when it comes to the right hand side of my journal, it's very hard for me to just use a straight hand. But when I do it from the left, it's like super easy. I did make a little mistake because I forgot that next year is not a leap year like this year was, and I almost added 29 days to February. I just got my highlighters and I decided to color in the pretty little clouds just to give it more feel to the page. I'm on my period tracker and my bills and subscription spread. The bills and subscriptions are on the side. I was not planning on adding all, like, the entire year. I would not do that. So I decided just to add the last 4 months of the tracker and be happy. There's one I did not add here on the spread, which was my year in Megapixel. I decided to finish this year, and when I start September, I'm going to photocopy it and stick it down into my journal, because I don't want to have to go through the hassle of coloring all the squares all over again until I get to September. So just to make my life simple and effortless, I decided to do that. Here I took some stickers that I have left over from a lot of testing, and I just decided to put them here because there was like a huge gap and I really didn't know what to add in that gap, so I just decided to add my stickers in it, and I just love the way they peel off. Now I'm doing my bills and subscription. I decided to do it a little bit differently this time. I normally have one block and I just write the first letter of the years on top, and then I just kind of scratch it out to mark that it has been paid. And this time I just decided to do, since they're only 4 months, I used 4 little blocks and divided them equally. I do think that the top one is still a bit bigger, but it's okay. Everything can't be 100% perfect, and I am learning with that. So I just decided to do that on this spread, and then on the top I just have like the days of the months written down, and these little marks that I'm doing right now, just filling them in. But I have like two blocks. One is for the description, what the bill is or the subscription is. On the other side is the amount, and the last one is just for me to color in, just so I make sure that I know that I have paid it off, so I don't go crazy afterwards. So now I'm using my blue highlighter, and I'm just highlighting every odd, or is it even, spacing, and I'm just doing this calmly so it can just stand out a little bit more. So now we are on my favorite spread of this journal. One of, because I also like my future log, but this is the books I have read in 2024. And I have a habit tracker that I track my reading. It's just normal reading. I just scratch it out that I read. And I normally add my books in my Notion because I can track percentage and everything. But I wanted something a little bit more personal, and I decided to add this into my bullet journal for the setup because I didn't have it in the last setup. Because when I started the year, I actually thought that I was not gonna beat my goal of reading 12 books, and I have proved myself wrong. I have read 18 so far and still going. So I decided to make little blocks, and they have 4 blocks, and I don't really know the height. I don't remember. I think they have like 6 blocks each and 4 wide. I think it's something like that. And I am going to be adding the book cover, and at the bottom I don't know if I'm going to add the month that I read it or if I'm going to add their ratings. I'm still kind of trying to figure that part out, but I'll probably be adding just the month that I read it. And there are 16 in each page, so there are 32. Though that is not the goal that I set out to read. The second mark that I added, my first mark was 12. I have beat that one, and I have started a new goal. I do know that I literally used black a lot for everything in this journal, but it was mostly because since I was doing the sparkles and I was coloring it in and it had more vibrant colors for me, I thought that just putting out the black colors would just make it pop out a little bit more. Like, this is an important page. It's not just the colors, but like bold font and color everywhere. And especially since I am going to be gluing the covers of the books that I have read, then I am going to need a little less color everywhere. So I think this was actually the intention all along. Get to my content ideas, and for this one I will probably use this line of setup for my new journal for next year, but I'll probably do it a little bit differently. I'll probably have 6 in each, so I'll probably use 2 pages, but I really enjoyed this one because I have another YouTube channel because I really love The Sims, and I think you guys have seen that I have added some Sims builds to this channel, but I didn't really want to mix them up because I really love my art and I wanted to have them separated, so I decided to separate them. I created another channel. I'm adding all the videos that I did to this channel there for my Sims builds, and I will be posting them, like reposting the videos I already have here. I'm not going to delete the videos that I have here. They're still going to be on this channel, but I will be adding them over there as well. And I am currently now making art videos and Sims builds again because I have fallen back in love with The Sims. And hopefully this time I'm going to have a zillion cute little homes to show you guys. On this one, I did do it a little bit differently. I did not go with the black. I did add it red. Maybe it's because I was thinking YouTube. Because I do use my Instagram, but my Instagram is literally just for pictures because I really don't like reels. So yeah. It's mostly just to show off the art. I'm sorry, I try, but reels is not really my forte. Though I still do need to make shorts and TikToks, but I like long content form and I will always support long content for life. Now we are on my shop planner / collection theme page, and I say collection theme page because I am deciding to do collections every time I do a shop launch. So I'll get like a theme idea, and this is where I'm going to jot it down. Did I overdo the jotting of how many themes I could possibly have planned? I don't think so. It's always good to plan in advance because my Halloween was set back, so I'll probably won't have a Halloween launch this year, but I will have other collection theme based for the year, and it's good because I can always reuse a theme and just either make it better or change it and just have a little bit of fun. And I decided to add the six most used that I have been doing for my shop, and I've added an extra one this time because I did not have, well, then it would be 5 most used because I did not have fan art. Why? Because I didn't really want to do a lot of fan art because I didn't want to be known like only for drawing fan art, but I got over it and I'm working on fan art. And now we are on the last spread of this video, which is my media tracker and my to be read. I can see myself in a few years having to make a reading journal. That is the goal. That is definitely the goal. But for now, I decided to do something a little bit different. My media tracker is mostly for me to track down mostly movies that I want to watch. I haven't been watching a lot of movies, so I decided to write a media tracker down for any movie that I really want to watch that I have set a little interest in. And for my series, the same thing, because I have so many watch lists, but I never end up seeing them because I never know where to start. So I'm going with my media tracker just so I know this is where I have to start. And I do have a side that says books. That is for the books I would like to check out, books that I am interested in. I haven't been let down yet by book talk. No, I lie, I did get let down by one book, but I'm not going to talk about. I'm not even going to say its name, but yeah, that was like the only book that I did not like. I did not DNF it. I do know I did add DNF here, but I'm the kind of person that would torture myself to finish the book, because I believe that all books deserve a chance to be finished, because it might get better, but sometimes it doesn't. But anywho, that's technically what I'm going to do there. I am going to write down the books that I added into my to be read to see if I have, when I added it, if I have given up on the book or if it had been read. So it's one more helpful tip for me. This is it, and I am so happy that you guys stick around until the end. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you next week for more. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and tell me what you guys thought about this video. And I'll see you guys next week, as I said. Have a great day, week, month, year, whenever you're watching this. Have a great one, guys. Bye!